of us should spend from our time and our wealth and ourselves for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are some very important incidences that happen on this way. And there are many in da'if ahadith. And I'm going to leave those out. Because the weaker ahadith, especially those with great weaknesses, we don't want to rely on them because we're taking many benefits out of this. I will mention to you only what are in authentic ahadith, in sahih ahadith. It is reported, and this hadith in its essence is in Sahih al-Bukhari. It is reported in Sahih al-Bukhari. It is also reported in other books like the Muslim Imam Ahmad and others. In the longer version of this hadith, that is by no doubt Sahih, it is authentic hadith. The longer version is very interesting, so I'm going to read it to you. Where Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he was buying something from Azib. Azib, he is the father of Barra bin Azib, the famous Sahaba. They're both Sahaba. So this Sahabi, Azib, he did some business with Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Now Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he needed to carry the goods. So he told him, can you tell your son, Al-Barra, who's a great Sahabi and a wonderful person as well, to help me carry these things. Now that's not a part of the business deal, but the Muslims, they have good akhlaq. They always want to help each other. So Azib, he said, no problem, my son is definitely going to help me. Al-Barra radiallahu anhu, he comes to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he says, I will not help you except in one condition. SubhanAllah, Azib, the father, and Abu Bakr, then they're surprised by this because a young Sahabi is always loving to help, especially Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. But what does he want? He doesn't want money, he doesn't want any favors, he doesn't want any kind of connections. He says, I will help you, but you have to teach me some knowledge because you know what nobody else knows. And you know what happened in the hijrah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam because you were with him. So I will help you, but on this condition that you tell me something that happened between you and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the hijrah. SubhanAllah, look at the love of the Sahaba for ilm. They didn't care about money. They didn't care about status and connections. But they loved knowledge. So he put this condition. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he told him, okay, I will tell you. On the way, it was a very hot day. It was scorching heat. And you were away from any cities or any settlements or any people. Because they were going in a very deserted path. And when it became very hot and there were no trees and no mountains for shade, I realized that it was the time for a Qaylulah. A Qaylulah is the time when it's very hot, where the Sahaba radiallahu anhum and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to rest. Now I will mention some things about the Sunnah, a Qaylulah, that has been lost today. On average, it's been lost. When it's very hot, when the sun is really hot, and Dhuhr time, it is from the Sunnah to take a rest. I was listening to somebody, may Allah guide them, some of the imma that we have today. And they said, well, this Qaylulah, it was Arab tradition, but it's got nothing to do with Islam. It was hot in the desert, so like the Mexicans had the siesta, fiesta, whatever, the Arabs had it, but you don't have to do it. SubhanAllah, Akh al-Kareem. And I don't want to point out by names, but inshallah, if that brother, he knows what he said, he's in America. If he happens to watch this video, this is nasiha for you. Before you open your mouth, go and look up some books. Maybe ask an alim, a real alim. Maybe do some research because you may say something and you may not realize it, but you are going against the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Qaylulah is Sunnah. And it's a Sunnah that we should practice. And it is not just because of the hot weather. But the Prophet ﷺ, in the Sahih Hadith, he told us to take advantage of this time, of this rest in the day, to help you with your qiyam at night. For those who make qiyam al-layl at night, this is something that will help you. Because if you pray a big part of the night or a long part of the night, you will be tired. You will not be able to do it. But if you get that short nap in the daytime, it will help you stay up at night. So when the Prophet ﷺ is telling you this, then it's no longer adat. It's not urf. It's not just Arab tradition. To go further than that, there is a hadith reported by Tabrani. And if the brother wants to look it up, it's hadith number 647. And if you want to look at the takhrij of Shaykh Albani in his Silsila Sahihah, he called the hadith to be Hasan, a reliable hadith. When Anas radiallahu reported that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Qaylulah, فإن الشيطان لا يقيل." What did the Prophet say? Perform the Qaylulah, because verily shaitan does not perform the Qaylulah. Now how are you going to tell me it's Arab tradition? This is something that has to do with the religion. And I'm seeing this a lot. I watched another video from the same brother talking about the thawb. And he said the thawb, it came from the Persians. SubhanAllah. And he said this has nothing to do with the Sunnah. SubhanAllah. Brother Will, you better start picking up a book somewhere. And I don't care how tall you are or how fly your shoes are. I'm just letting you know. I'd love to speak to you in person, but between your hip-hop concerts and stuff, I haven't had a lot of time to get to you. But I'm letting you know. And I don't need to Snapchat this. I'm just letting you know that before you speak about the thawb or the amama, go look up some of the books of hadith and the qamis of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the dua for the thawb that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us and the dress of Rasulullah. Look up Shuman al-Muhammadiyya or Shuman al-Tirmidhi. Go look up some of these books. Look up the amama. Look at the books that have been written about the amama and look at what the ulama said about it. Look up those ahadith and then open your mouth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. So Rasulullah